all depends what the family wants to do for the type of funeral. So if they're
Ooh.
going to have services with a viewing, then the body needs to be embalmed. Now, this is my Federal Trade Commission disclosure. Embalming is not required by law, but our funeral home requires it if there's going to be public viewing.
Yeah.
So then what is embalming?
Yeah, what is embalming?
What is embalming?
Everybody wants to know.
So embalming is the means in which we preserve the body for an adequate period of time to have a funeral. Process of embalming is several steps, and I'm just going to say under normal circumstances.
Sure.
So you're going to put that person on your embalming table in your embalming room. You're going to bathe the person. If it's a man, if they need to be shaved, you're going to ask the family, how did the person, if it's a man, how did they wear their facial hair.
Yeah.
And then you're going to do that. You're going to do what we call setting the person's features. So that means we're going to close their mouth and close their eyes.
Is that stitching? Do we stitch that?
We do. So
Wow.
so for the eyes are not stitched. There's eye caps that are put into a person's eyes, and plastic eye caps, and they just they prevent the eyes from opening up.
Yeah.
To close the mouth, we use wires that are injected into the gums, and then we tie those two wires together, and that just
Seals it.
Yep, exactly. Then
Whoa.
you may have to do a little filling out in the mouth
Yeah.
to make sure that everything is, all the features look very nice.
What do you do to fill? How do you fill it out?
Cotton.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You guys
so
are
you
like
use
plastic
cotton.
surgeons a little bit in there.
Well, a little bit, yes.
A little bit. Yeah.
But if someone has passed away and if they lost a lot of weight prior to their death,
Yeah.
and their cheeks are sunken in and things like that, so we can fill some of that out with cotton. So
Oh, wow. I didn't
what
even-
nature has forgotten, we replace with cotton. That's
Yeah.
one of our little sayings.
There you go.
Yeah.
So okay, so you close the features.
Mhm.
Then what do we do to keep the body?
So that's when
Fresh.
we have to do the injection of the embalming fluid. So funeral director is going to pick a site on the body, and so typically it's going to be the right common carotid artery. So you're going to make an incision along a person's clavicle, excuse me,
Yeah.
and then you're going to dissect the tissue with two instruments, and then you're going to find the carotid artery. You're going to raise it to the surface, tie a string around it. Then behind that is going to be the jugular vein, and you're going to clean that up, dissect the tissue around that, put a string around that, and then you inject the embalming fluid. So the embalming fluid is a formaldehyde-based fluid into the arterial system, and then while that is being injected, you're simultaneously draining the blood out of the jugular. So you make an incision in that, and then you insert a long pair of forceps that open up that vein and allows the blood
So
to typically come out very
quickly. So it's like almost gushing a little bit. So you got the blood coming out, and you're putting the formaldehyde in.
fluid
Yeah.
in. Yep.
Whoa.
The machine acts like a heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell right away when the embalming's going well. You can tell by a change in color of the deceased. You can tell by the distension in the veins.
Yeah.
So those are starting to pop back up, and so all while that's happening, you're massaging the extremities to help promote the drainage of blood. And
Whoa. So like, will they like look really pale, and then you put
a lot
that
when
in?
they first come in, they're going to look very pale, and the embalming's going to oftentimes is going to help that.
Yeah.
Cosmetics are typically needed though to further that, but
Yeah. Whoa. So that's embalming.
That's embalming.
That's the process of embalming.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then what else needs to be done then to, I guess, cosmetically, like get people ready for showing?
So for cosmetics, when you're doing that, you're going to clean out people's, trim up their nose hairs, their ear hair.
Will you give them a low taper fade if they want?
If you bet,
Dude.
I don't.
You wouldn't.
We have a hairstylist for that.
I know somebody that wanted to do that for a while. They were thinking about getting into that.
Yeah, and
That's
so
interesting.
for ladies, we have a hairstylist that comes in that does almost all of the ladies.
Wow.
So
that's cool. I imagine that's got to be come with unique challenges in cutting a deceased person's hair.
Mm-hmm. Well, I say this. Unfortunately I don't get to do the embalming anymore. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But there was a time I did do it, and I'll be honest, I enjoyed it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It was really.
What did you like about it?
I like having a person on the table, and then by the time you got done, you have this, I'll say, very nicely positioned body where their appearance is beginning to be restored.
Yeah.
Get a little smile on the face, it's just like anything else. You do a job, you do it well, you derive satisfaction out of it.
Yeah. You listen to music at all while you're embalming?
Oh yeah.
What do you listen to? What are you listening to while you're
back in my day, so this would have been 90s, early 2000s. Lots of Metallica, Guns N' Roses.
Hell yeah, dude.
STP.
You're rocking out, pumping formaldehyde in these bodies.
No, the organ music is just for the chapel.
Yeah.
It's not for the embalming room.
Dude,
so that's the embalmer's choice. So.
Yeah, that's kind of badass, actually. Has anybody ever, like, I mean, you don't have to, I mean, I don't know if we can get into specifics or anything. Has anybody ever, like, asked for anything kind of wild for their loved one to be dressed in?
We've seen women want to be dressed in their wedding gown. A 90-year-old lady wants to wear her wedding gown from 70 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
We had a Elvis, I don't want to say impersonator because they don't use that term, but I think a Elvis artist that was dressed in a jumpsuit once.
He had the whole thing. Yeah,
that was pretty wild.
Yeah.
And there was even a couple Elvis tribute artists at the guy's funeral that was singing a pretty great rendition of "Lead Me, Guide Me." So,
wow. Okay, that's kind of sick. Yeah, that's kind of badass.
Yeah.
I had an engineering teacher, which I don't know how we got into his funeral all the time, but he would say this like pretty regularly, that when he passes, he wants his casket to be some variation of a cooler.
Okay.
And he wants there to be beer in the cooler for everybody to have one last cold one.
They're all coolers. They all can serve that purpose.
Okay.
Just so you know.
There we go. So I don't need a special one.
Just add ice.
Yeah, just add ice. There we are.
Hey, thanks for watching there, guy. Click right over here if you want to see that episode in its entirety. Or you can click over here and subscribe to the channel. See all the other fun shit we do here. It's really up to you, guy.